Hey folks, Wrath coming at you with another Eternal Evolution video. This time I'm getting a lot of questions about gear sorting, especially with folks who are at overflow and what they do with that. So for me, this is a smaller guide that I'm going to be releasing as part of a much larger one. But there's effectively two things that I do. So with specialty equipment, like I'm showing here, I smelt additional equipment to see if I can get better pieces of that. So I'm going to go through a couple of the gear sets here that I smelt, and then we're going to talk about the disassemble function later. So for example, with the Disa Cave set, I smelt Zephyr gear because I need Zephyr gear. I still don't have a single piece of attack speed boots from Zephyr on my account. The next big one that I do is Surge. I'm still missing a ton of Surge pieces, and so everything that can be effectively smelted into a Surge piece, again, I'm only doing 5 to 10 here to show you guys as an example. Moving onwards, I do smelt Madness gear. I don't have a ton of Madness gear on my account. Right now, I am a Turbine hitter for Rev 1, and I could use some additional Madness gears, especially for Daniel, especially for some of the other characters that I have, which would massively benefit from it. Moving on, with the Mirage space, Marauder gear is huge. I have at least 4 or 5 different characters with full sets that use Marauder gear. So we're thinking like Dominique, we're thinking like Nord, we're thinking like Rickert, even some of the other assassins, because they benefit hugely from it. So I'll smelt any bad Marauder gear instead of disassembling it into potentially better Marauder gear. Sometimes I get some good pieces, sometimes I don't, but it's still at a chance of getting some better pieces. With the Azure Field set, I don't touch anything here. I don't have enough pieces to go around, and so I'm keeping all the items here. And then with the Thundercliff, if I do have some Bugmasters specifically, I get a ton of defense-based gear from the dragon there, which sucks. So I will smelt some pieces for better Bugmaster gear. Sometimes I'll do Unleashed if I'm missing a few pieces there as well. But in general, I will try to get better pieces of this specialty set. And then finally, with the Lava Abyss set, I don't really have a lot of good gear there. And so I don't smelt any of the pieces into potentially better gear. If I did, I would probably go with the resonant pieces across the board. So the next option is the disassemble equipment option. And really the idea here is just to get rid of really bad equipment super fast. So what I want to do is I want to get any of the bottom row pieces that have the following as main stats, just completely gone. So extra HP, extra attack, extra defense, percent-based defense, crit damage reduction, and resists. I don't keep any of these gear pieces. So I'll go ahead and select all the relevant ones. Again, I don't want to pick any that have specialty sets allocated to them because of the first piece of feedback that I provided, right? I want to smelt those specialty pieces. And so I'll go ahead and select all the ones that are relevant here. Anything from the Disa Cave set, anything from the Steady set, anything from the Hero set that identifies with the following characteristics. I will just go ahead and blender into the bin. After I've done this, what I'll do is I'll go look at the secondary stats, and I'll look at iterations of secondary stats and combinations of them that I really don't want. And with the additional X levels being released in dungeons, really I'm trying to get much better gear across the board, especially if I'm going to temper them. So what you'll notice is any kind of iterations of like extra HP, extra attack, extra defense paired with like crit damage reduction, paired with percent-based defense, paired with resists, and I'll kind of go through the iterations of selecting the ones that are relevant there. Again, none in the specialty gear pieces that I talked about above that I want to keep and smelt, but all the other ones I instantly blender and throw into the bin. And so at the end of this, what will happen is maybe I'll take 3 to 4 minutes to really get rid of the gear pieces that I want, or don't want rather. I'll free up a ton of inventory space for me. And it's just a quick and dirty and effective way of freeing up space while not worrying about getting rid of a good piece, or potentially a good piece that I would have, that I would want to level up. So that's about it. I hope that some of you found this helpful. I know I was getting a bunch of questions in Discord around, what I was doing and how I was selecting gear, and what my thoughts were around that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Maybe there's something that I've missed. But in general, this has been a really effective way for me to sort gear.